Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier. Sorry. um, Welcome back to Broke Boys. This is episode 152.
Yep.
Yep. All right. My name is Mike,
And I'm Colin.
and yeah, uh, don't have a specific theme for today, but we're just gonna kind of talk about stuff. We will talk about albums that we listened to in January, and just general things. And starting off with that, how was your week, Colin?
It's been alright. Been alright.
It's good.
Started off with a very icy Monday.
Mm.
Extremely slippery. They didn't cancel class. So I almost ate shit a good few times walking
That
to my
happens.
first class.
That happens to you a lot on that campus.
It really fucking does. I managed not to fall this time, but there have been many times where I have fallen. Um,
Can attest. Yes.
yeah. And you've fallen
Did I?
a couple of times as well, haven't you?
I mean, maybe I probably have just tuned it out,
Yeah. I think
taking it
there
from
was
the
one
memory.
time. There was one time where I don't know if it was ice, but I think it was rain or something. And he like slipped and got muddy, I believe.
Oh, okay. Yes, I do remember. I don't think you saw that one happen though, right? I just
No,
told.
no, I didn't
Yeah,
see that. I just remember you telling me about
yeah. That's when I was coming from my car. I think it was ice, but it like I don't know. It's just like the slipperiest ice I've ever like. It looked like the kind of type that like okay, I could just walk over this, I'll be all right. And then
it. Right.
just as soon as I touched it, whoop, and then I went into a kind of mud patch right next to it. First thing in the morning too. Um,
Perfect.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, I guess we both have done that on that campus.
Yep. Well, they didn't cancel it at first, and then while I was in my class, they were like, "Well, the university is closing at noon." Um, so my class ended at 11:50. I was like, "Okay, guess I don't have my second class."
Yeah.
Um, which means on for my Monday, Wednesday class, I've only been to two of those now.
Damn.
So um, and then yeah, that was canceled. Didn't have work on Monday, so I just got to chill out the rest of the day pretty much. Um, and then they were like, "We are closing the campus until noon tomorrow on Tuesday."
Mm.
And I both my classes were before noon, so I didn't have class on Tuesday either.
Damn.
Um,
Getting off scot free this semester.
yeah. Um, other than the lots of really falling out of love with school and teaching.
Yeah.
Um, other than that,
Other than that,
doing great. Doing great.
Yeah.
um, but that was fun. Work's been okay. Um, I for my availability this week, I kind of scaled it down a little bit because last semester it was a little stressful with work and school, so I scaled it down a little bit.
Hmm.
But I've gotten to work with Max a good bit, and that's nice. Um, Tomorrow is our Sunday. We're recording this on Saturday night.
Hmm.
Um, so yesterday for you guys will have been our me and Max's 2-month anniversary. So
Woo.
that's cool.
You guys better have celebrated. If you didn't, you're not a true fan of the podcast.
Oh yeah. If you didn't celebrate.
Yeah. That's great
Um,
though.
yeah. It feels longer
Yeah,
for some
it
reason.
feels longer for me too. I feel like you've been talking about her for longer than that.
Yeah, it does. I don't know, but hey, it's cool.
Yeah.
Couple funny things happened at work earlier today. I was it's the beginning of the year, so like they're kind of getting a little stringent on rules just to like start the year off well, I guess.
Yeah.
And
Well for them.
yes, so the managers and uh, for a while it was just like okay to have a cup to drink, a drink of your choice, and just have it at your station and just away from other stuff, but just there so you could sip from it. But now they're like getting real on our asses about using the little crew cups, which are like a couple sips big.
Little sippy cup, yeah.
Yeah, little sippy cup, and which like fine, whatever. Um, but one of my managers got like a coffee drink or something and didn't use a crew cup. So one of my coworkers was like, "Oh, you didn't use a crew cup. You gotta use a crew cup. We gotta use a crew cup. You gotta use a crew cup." And it was a joke. Um, but the manager was like, "Don't, don't, don't start, don't start." And she just kept piling on because she's that kind of person. So she was like,
Okay.
"Somebody make me a frappe or whatever." And the manager was like, "Office now." So she yelled at her about it, and then my coworker came back and was like still talking about it, still joking about it. And my manager was like, "Are you still talking about that, even though I told you not to?" And my coworker's like, "I'm talking about the sex I had last night. Am I not allowed to do that?" And she's and my manager's like, "Not at work. You can't be talking about that stuff at work." So she just, my coworker keeps piling on, keeps joking, keeps talking shit, joking around. And my manager goes, "You can go home." She goes, "Okay, whatever," and she left. But like, it was one of those situations where manager can't take a joke. Situation got more serious than it needed to be.
Coworker may have pressed a little more than they needed
Little,
to,
little
even
bit.
if they were correct.
Yeah, yeah, but it was just, it
Poking
was
the
silly.
bear.
Yeah, that was fun. And then like a couple minutes before I left, one of the other managers, he just became a manager recently. He was like, he was switching the bag of creamer out in one of the creamer machines, and he was trying to cut it open, make sure it was in the machine and everything, or in the container it goes into to get into the machine. And the whole like tube and the thing that connects the tube to the bag of creamer just popped the fuck off and started spilling all over his pants and on the floor. And he was a little shocked that it was happening, so he just let it kind of spill onto his pants and onto the floor for a couple seconds before he flipped it over so it wouldn't do that anymore.
Yeah.
And there was so much creamer on the floor and on his pants. And here, I can send you the picture of it right now.
Oh, getting visual evidence.
Yeah. Just save it.
That's got to be maybe not the worst substance to get on you, but one of them.
Well,
in a McDonald's, I'd say it's up there with one of the worst.
Yeah. And then having to work another, I think he was there till 9 or so, and that was like 4:50.
Oh man. Yeah.
He's like, "I'm gonna smell like milk." But yeah, I was like trying to joke with him about it.
Oh,
And
you sent it in the Discord chat.
yeah.
All right.
You can see where he was standing.
Pay no attention to the picture of the bird from 2022. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
Yeah. It was all over his fucking pants. He was so upset, and I was trying to joke with him about it. He's like, I don't
I
I'm
feel
like,
that.
but it happened like right before I was supposed to leave, and I didn't want to be like, "Hey, I need to get the fuck out of here," but like at the same time, I was like, "Can I leave?" And you're like, "Yep, fine." I was like, "Oh, God." but yeah, that was it was an eventful day.
Yeah.
Also got my like employee review, and it was all excellent and one outstanding. So
God
I'm
damn.
I'm a pretty good McDonald's employee.
Holy shit.
Um,
Put that on your resume.
yeah. Um, Other than that, outside of work and school, I've been playing The Last of Us Remastered,
Part two, right?
2
Yeah.
Remastered, the roguelite mode, and that shit is difficult. Not easy, especially when I played the first couple times, and I was getting back into the groove of The Last of Us controls.
Yeah.
Not the easiest, but in my most recent run, I got real far. I was doing real well. I was in the second to last area, and there's this little like vending machine type thing where you can in the lobby area where you can like re-roll and get new items if you want
Hmm.
for currency. And I re-rolled it once, and I got the silenced submachine gun from like the end of the game,
Oh
and I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh hell yeah, hell yeah! So I bought that, and my second to last area was in like the mansion in Santa Barbara at the end of the game.
Hmm.
And I went into this little room, and I got cornered by a clicker and got my throat ripped out right at the beginning of the run.
Nice.
And safe to say, I closed the game after that. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's 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 good. It's a cool new mode. But I'm like, I want to play as Joel, and you have to first unlock Dina, then unlock Jesse, then unlock Tommy,
Hmm.
then you get to play Joel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, damn, I'm gonna have to play this a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
Gotta grind for the grind for your mans, you know?
yeah, I grind for my man so I can grind on my man.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, and then I finished I don't remember if I no, I finished The Last of Us with Max
Hmm.
this week. Very
What'd they
good.
think?
Uh, she had a good time with it. She was like she had that same reaction that a lot of people do with the ending, where it's like, oh, well,
Mm-hmm.
I want more.
Yeah.
um, but like after episode 8, when Ellie comes out of the restaurant, and Joel hugs her and is like,
Oh
okay,
yeah.
baby. Um, yeah, Max, like after he called her baby girl, she fucking lost it. She was like, oh, where's my Joel? Where's my? I
Yeah.
want to. And I was like, yeah, that's the right reaction. That's
Yeah. Appropriate response. Yeah.
fine. But yeah, I was glad she liked that, because she's like, I don't get into TV shows very easily and
Same.
everything. Yeah, but yeah, she she enjoyed it. It was a good
That's
time,
good.
and we started watching Friends
Hmm.
because she loves Friends. So, and I was a designated. I was not designated. I was a certified Friends hater for a long time.
Oh, I
So
remember.
yeah, um, but I was like, you know what? I'll watch it, and you know what? It's got its moments. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Chandler is very funny. I love Chandler. I've always loved Chandler, though.
Yeah.
Um, rest in- um,
Yeah. Rest in peace.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Um, other than that, mostly my week. I'll get I'll talk about it now. I listened to an album called Plastic Death by Glass Beach.
Oh.
And it's really damn good. I saw it on like the top rated of the users for this year on album of the year. So I was
Uh
like,
huh.
I like the album cover, so I was like, yeah, I'll
Yeah.
check it out.
I was seeing that one too. Yeah.
And it is really good indie rock. It is like the instrumentals give me Black Midi vibes
Yeah.
at
A little bit.
points, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. Very good, and I highly recommend it. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was my week. How was your week, Mikey?
Uh, I mean, you already kind of know this, but the week
Oh,
was.
yeah.
I won't be too depresso espresso on this episode, um, but week was not the greatest this week. Uh,
Yeah.
it's just one of those weeks. It's kind of, I think part of it is just I've been really cooped up in this
Yeah.
basement, and it's been too cold and too shitty weather to go out and do anything. Um, but I think that along with just certain things that have been happening, just kind of we're all piling together, and mental health has not been the best. um, but we're working on it. My sleep in particular was really bad this week. I like I don't know. I like low key think I was having like, and maybe even still am having like insomnia. So that's that's a fun development in life. But yeah, you know, working through it though. I'm on a little bit better of a schedule now. I'm gonna try to go to bed, I guess after we record or so.
Right.
Um, and hopefully I will be able to. But
I
we'll
hope so.
just see. Yeah, I'm viewers, you don't have to be worried about me or anything. I am seeking out like help and stuff like that. So I understand the place I'm in. It's just, we're here where we are. It's life.
Yeah.
But
Did you end up going to sleep early last night?
yeah, so last night was I went to sleep around like 7 o'clock or so. We were gonna record yesterday, and then I was like, oh yeah, Colin has a job and has hours. I was just thinking, oh, we could record at like 10 a.m. But um, yeah, I went to bed around like 7 and slept till like 2 or so. So
Mhm.
that was 7 hours, which was better
Hey.
than most of the week, to be honest with you. So um yeah, I did. There was kind of it's one of those things that's funny in retrospect, but was really frustrating at the moment. Because kind of my strategy through a lot of this week has just been like all nighters and then hoping to fix it. Um, and I'm not made out for that life. Oh my god, during the days of an all nighter, ugh,
Oh
I
God, yeah.
can't do that very well. But I think it was the first night that I did that, and I was trying to I kind of had like the same plan. I went to bed like around like 7 or 8 or something like that, and I set an alarm for 10 a.m. just so I could, if I slept like really long, I could at least wake up at a reasonable time. Um,
Mhm.
uh, Set that alarm for 10 p.m. in my tiredness,
Ooh.
and I snoozed through it a few times, and by the time I realized what happened, the damage was done. So,
Oh, no.
yeah, got like 2 hours then, and then just that was a mess. um,
Jesus.
yeah, usually I am not great with sleep in general, but it's been probably the worst ever this week. But making changes, making life changes and stuff. We're gonna get there. It's just yeah. Um, but so that was the feelings through most of this week. But there's still some stuff that happened. For one, I started playing God of War a little bit. I think
Mhm.
I downloaded that during like a Thanksgiving sale or Black Friday sale or something. But started playing that, and that's a game that I've actually been wanting to play for a while now because I know it's a good story-based game that people rave about. But unlike most story games like that, I had virtually nothing spoiled for me except for like the first 20 minutes or so. Um, and yeah, I'm really glad I've done that because it's actually a very good game to go in blind to.
God,
Um,
yeah.
I knew it was. I mean, I'm not like super super far into it, but I knew the game was like cinematic. Uh,
Mhm.
but like I didn't realize just like how well they put together the set pieces. You know what I
Oh
mean?
God, yeah.
Like just like the set pieces themselves are like the best part of the game. It's like, oh, this is just cool. like, like the way everything's going down. Um,
The transitions between the cutscenes and the gameplay
oh,
is
that
some of the
too.
best.
Yeah, something
Um,
I've enjoyed a lot about it is how it literally there hasn't been a single like cut or anything. It's just
uh,
I don't know if that ever happens in the game, but there's never like a fade to black or a scene transition or anything. It's just all smooth. It's all been one continuous like gameplay experience pretty much,
Hmm.
which is cool. I like that a lot. I don't think I've played a game that's done that to that extent before.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah,
Yeah,
that yeah. What?
opening opening the game up, and it's like the home screen is Kratos on the tree,
Mhm.
and then you start it up and you drop it down right away. Like
Yeah,
good shit, good shit.
yeah. Um, freaking these PC ports though, man. I mean, like it's good, but like they just like set you up at the beginning with the worst settings possible. Like
Really?
I started up the game and it was just like super blurry and like I was like I feel like it's not supposed to be like this and I had to like change like 3 to 4 things in the settings to like make it just look like a normal game. It was weird. I don't know why. I mean, this wasn't the only one, but like I know motion blur and film grain were 2 of those. But you know, whatever. Um, but yeah, that's been really fun, and I'm looking forward to keep playing that and keep experiencing that. I will say
Sure.
the one thing that hasn't quite convinced me yet is the combat. Um,
Oh, really?
yeah, once again, that may be because it's a console game and I'm doing it on keyboard and mouse. The controls are like slightly
Oh, you're
awkward.
not using it. You're not using a
Uh,
remote.
no, I'm not. Maybe I should.
I think you should for sure. It might help.
Yeah, it's just like slightly awkward to do. Um,
Mm. Throwing the axe feels really good with
oh,
trigger.
I do love throwing the axe. I will
Oh,
say that. um, but yeah, that's been pretty cool. Um, on Instagram, I do like a my favorite albums of the year or whatever, and when I do those, or of the previous year, I should say. And when I do those, I tag the artist, and it just I don't know, just because.
yeah.
Um, and something kind of cool happened with that this week. The official Maruja or Maruha or whatever that post rock band that was my number 3 album. They liked my post on that. I was like, oh shit, that's actually pretty sick. Um, so that was cool
Cool
to
stuff.
see. Yeah, that's what happens, I guess, when you support small music or music for small artists.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that was pretty cool.
Mhm.
Um, I did have a note here for our that channel that we like that we're gonna go see in you know I when is that again? Hive Mind? When are we?
March.
March that we're gonna see in March. Um, they debuted a new game on their
Mhm.
uh, on their channel where they like basically are giving hints towards a person or a band or a musician or something like that. Um, and all I want to say is that some of the questions were a little similar to our Albums Anonymous series.
Mhm.
There was like oh, I forgot what the one was specifically. There was one question specifically they asked. I was like, that's one of the hints we give during Albums Anonymous. So
Mhm.
I just wanted to say that we'll be
Oh,
very we'll be
the amount of streams or whatever.
yes, it was the amount of streams or whatever, most amount of streams on an album or something like that. Um, so yeah, I just want to say when we go to that meet and greet or whatever, we'll give them the cease and desist letter there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, it's just we support originality on this podcast, especially in our segmented episodes.
Yeah.
s you know, all ideas should be original.
Yeah. We've never
um,
had an unoriginal thought in our heads,
oh,
even.
definitely not. And if you're
Like,
if you're being unoriginal, at least you got to credit, and never claim that you created something. But
no.
you know,
The fuck?
yeah, it's just kind of scummy behavior. But
It really is.
they do got
Um,
digging it on that team. So
that's true. And great. And the fucking Grant. That
oh,
man's
and Grant,
ugh,
yeah,
ugh,
unhinged.
that scum of the earth, really. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
with his fucking extensive Stetson collection.
extensive.
He thinks he's so fucking cool. Um,
It must be a bit that
You don't remember Grant's extensive Stetson collection?
oh wait, actually I kind of do. I kind of do now.
It was in Bits Bracket 3.
Yeah,
Um,
but
yeah, we'll be serving them.
hmm we will
Serving cunt
exactly.
while serving them
Yeah,
papers.
yeah. Just that's how we do it on this
Yeah, that's how we
podcast.
treat people from Ohio.
Yeah.
Tyler and Josh, we're coming for you next.
Yeah, for being a duo in the same space as us. Um, um, then last thing I have here, just because I thought it was funny, um, you know, everyone's favorite rapper Tom McDonald
Yeah,
released a song, I think like yesterday or the day before, that legitimately features Ben Shapiro on it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
not gonna lie, when I first heard it, I legit thought it was AI. I did not think that was a real thing. I thought that was a straight up meme. Nope. That's a real thing that they produced and put out into the world.
Real thing. Unfortunately,
Yeah. Mr. Ben, rap is not real music, Shapiro.
it's okay if he does it.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course, and it's okay when Tom McDonald does it too for no particular reason. Um,
No,
yeah, but yeah, those guys don't need a platform. But I just thought that was so funny because I thought that was just straight up AI.
yeah, no. I saw a TikTok about that this morning, and
Hmm.
it was a dude reacting to it. He was like, I think this is the thing that will finally give me cancer." And
Yeah.
he's listening to it, and he gets halfway through Ben's verse, and he's like, um, "If I wasn't sure about it before, I'm positive about it now. I have cancer."
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, it's rough. It's rough
Oh
time.
yeah. I mean, wasn't expecting it to be good. I don't think. No, I think I only listened to Ben's verse just because what a wild thing. But
Yeah. He did ask for his people to get that to the top of the charts, though. So
yeah.
get listening, Mike.
I mean, if he gets too high on those charts, I mean, Kanye may have to Kanye may have to say some things,
Mm-hmm.
like not in like a not in like I'm supporting Kanye, just like Kanye may have something to say about it is what I was trying to say. um, but yeah, um, but yeah, I listened to a couple albums. I also listened to the Glass Beach album.
Sure.
For the same reasons that you did, because that's how it was rated high, and I was like, I want to check that out. Also, I've heard good things about their first album too, which I will probably listen to at some point. But yeah, I also enjoyed it. I have to get more listens into it. It definitely feels like one of those albums that will benefit from multiple listens.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't expecting it to be so mathy. Like there's a lot of just
Yeah.
like really cool grooves on there, really unique sounds and all that, and good build ups and everything. Yeah, it's a nice indie rock, math rock. I think they get listed as emo as well. I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, it is a really nice album. I'm definitely gonna give that some more listens, and then
Yeah.
of course, I listened to the Smile album that came out
Okay.
as well, Wall of Eyes. And hey, man, I gotta tell you, I love Radiohead.
Did it sound more like Radiohead throughout the?
No, actually, it doesn't. And that's something that I actually like about it more because their album from 2 years ago, A Light for Attracting Attention,
Right.
when I look back at the album, it really does kind of just feel like scatterbrained Radiohead esque tracks that were all kind of put together into a project. Which I love a lot of the songs on there, but it does kind of lack that just like cohesiveness of who is the Smile. This just feels like Tom and Johnny and their drummer friend on their off days or something. Not on their off days, but not in the Radiohead type thing. But on Wall of Eyes, the new album, it really is like its own sound. Like first off, like all the songs are like roughly 5 minutes or so, which is actually pretty long. Radiohead songs, they can get that long, but typically they are 3-4 minutes range. Um,
Right.
but on here there's like some 6 minutes ones, there's some 8 minutes, 9 minutes ones, and it's really good. Like they aren't afraid to like just kind of like sit in like a really nice groove for a while, let Tom just ride over it nicely. There's like some ambient moments on it too that I really liked. It's very textural, which Radiohead is textural, but it's textural in like a different way on here, which I think is refreshing to hear. um it's growing on me with every listen, but yeah, I really liked this record. So
Cool.
currently my album of the year. It's also the end of January, but
Yeah.
um,
Hey
yeah,
man, there have been years where a January album has stayed that route. So
yeah, that's true. That is true.
Circle. Um.
Oh yeah, Circles. I forgot that was a January one.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Ants from Up There was February, I know, so that's pretty close.
Yeah. Beginning of the year albums have potential. So,
That's true. You can't forget
but yeah.
about those. By the time it's December, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, that came out this year. So, um, but yeah. Well, speaking of albums, do you want to do a little roundup of January listens?
Sheer, sheer.
Cool. Um,
And
so
how many Little Sims albums were there? Five.
yes. One, two, three. Yeah, there was five.
They've six.
You have six. Cool. I'm just gonna group up my Little Sims ones because that's how
Yeah,
I like to do it. But
three, I guess.
I mean, you could do what you want. I mean, up to you.
Well, no, I was. I don't usually talk about all of them, but
Mm,
yeah, technically six. But if I group them up, then three.
gotcha. Well, I have eight, so I guess I can
Right.
start. First thing I listened to this year was
Oh,
well, at least in terms of new music, well, new to me was the first Leve album, Everything I Know About Love. This was a really nice listen. It's one that I'll go back to. It's not quite as refined as Bewitched. It definitely feels a little rough around the edges, which works for it sometimes, but also she's definitely grown a little bit more into a songwriter and just like a consistent, well-paced sound. But it's still really nice. I love Leve's vocals. They're really really nice, and the jazz stuff is still here, and some of it sounds a little different, a little more poppier, and I guess trying different things than Bewitched does. But there's good stuff on here. My favorites, or I have it. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Trying to think of the order in which I do things. I do remember liking Fragile, Valentine, and Dear Soulmate, especially. Uh, those were all really good ones. And I have it at like a decent 7. It's a nice listen if you like some Leve.
yeah, I'll check that.
Yeah.
First thing that I got is the Little Sims discography. Um, did a whole episode on it, but I
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed it. Very good. She's very charismatic, very British. Um, she got she speaks a lot about a lot of good topics, lots of uh, topics that she has a lot of insight into. Being a woman, black, and a rapper, so or just a music artist in general. So
Mm-hmm.
he's got a lot of stuff that's very worth listening to, and I highly recommend it. This is actually the only episode that I've only written notes for in my phone, so I gotta look back at that real
Oh
quick.
my gosh. What are
I
you,
know.
me?
Um, yeah. Probably my favorites from there be Shotgun, Wounds, and I Love You, I Hate You. Um, Great stuff. And then I gave her her discography a light 8. Very good stuff. So yeah, go check out that episode if you want to hear more from me.
Yes. Yes. Next thing I listened to was an album called Soft Hell by Closure in Moscow. One of my friends recommended this to me. And it's kind of like it was a prog rock record that kind of deals in some like pop and stuff like that. And there was a interesting, energy and stuff going throughout it, but it was not quite my cup of tea. I don't really remember too much of it, to be completely honest with you. I think I remember liking the song "Keeper of the Lake," but all the other ones just it was not quite for me. But that's okay. I gave it like a light 6 overall. I only gave it like one listen, but yeah.
Yeah, cool. Um, Next thing I listened to was French Exit by TV Girl.
Mm,
Um, Thought it was a good time. I like their vibe a lot. They do that cool little production thing that I talked about last week with like the kind of like the looping and the samples.
hmm
That kind of reminds me of some hip hop and rap that I've listened to. Um, yeah, it was a good time. Glad that I listened to Noah and Max's suggestions and checked it out. And I'll probably check out more of their stuff. But for now, I really liked that album. I liked what did I like on it? Yeah, did I not actually like the album on Spotify? Oh, there it is. Okay. I liked Birds Don't Sing. I liked The Blonde, Lovers Rock, and Pantyhose. And right now, I'd probably give it like a light 8 or so.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
one that I'll check out at some point because I did like Lovers Rock when you had that.
Mhm.
Was that last week? The word.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, I did like that a lot. Um, so yeah, I'll have to check that one out. All right,
Yeah.
next thing I listened to was Little Sim's discography. For me, it was just really her first two albums and kind of her third album that was new to me. Um, but as a whole, love Little Sims. I really connect with just like the way she chooses, beats and how she raps over them, her flows and the lyrics and everything. I think she's she's definitely one of my favorite rappers currently, and I think even though there were some steps to be taken in the first couple albums, it wasn't completely locked in right from the start. I still think just the jump in quality and how consistent that quality has been since is just extremely impressive. And Yeah, I can't wait for more stuff from her. I think I gave her a strong 8 when we listened to her. So
Yeah.
yeah,
For sure. Very excited to see what comes next for her.
absolutely, yeah.
But yeah. And then my last thing I have that I talked about a little earlier was Plastic Death by Glass Beach. I really enjoyed it. I got a good few listens in. Um, Even with it being like a longer album with longer songs, I was like, it caught me right off the off the bat. And I had a really good time with it. It's very good. I'll probably keep listening to it throughout the year. Very noisy and mathy, like you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
I like the instrumentals a lot, and even though the vocals can get a little lost and are kind of unintelligible at points, they do still add to the vibe, and I enjoy it. Um, and right now, a I'd probably give it a strong 8. I really
Oh
enjoyed it.
wow, nice,
Yeah.
nice, nice, nice.
Oh, and then the songs I liked from it were I liked Colacanth. I liked um, Motions, uh, Puppy, and Comatose.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right, I will try not to take too long on these, but
Yeah.
next thing I listened to, maybe I'll take a long time on this one, was Kid Cudi and Sano. Um, no, I really don't have much to say about this one. I don't think it was his worst album, but you also got to remember his worst album is pretty far down there. Um, it's I think I have it as my second least favorite from him. It's just I don't know. It's for a lot of it, it's just like party type stuff. Just Kid Cudi's moany vocals don't work for me in that kind of setting. Um, I don't find it very enjoyable for a lot of it. But also at the same time, it's just like kind of whatever. It's long too. It's an hour and 4 minutes. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, was not a huge fan of this one. I like the song Blue Sky towards the end. I always forget that Kid Cudi likes to just kind of throw on just a indie rock track in there or something,
Yep.
or an indie pop rock or something. And that was this one. It was called Blue Sky, and I thought that one was all right. But yeah, this it just was not for me. I give it like a light four.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, then Return of the Artist Analysis. The next one I did was Green Day Saviors, uh,
Mhm.
which was a little surprising to me. It was I was more positive towards it than I thought I would be. Um,
Yeah.
Infamously, Green Day Artist Analysis that was an episode to prepare for. Let me tell you, that was certainly something. So I did not go into this album with the highest of hopes, and I came out thinking, you know what, it's all right. It's still got some cringe moments on there. I'm not huge on, but like the production's pretty good throughout it. It sounds like they actually wanted to make this album, which is more than can be said about most of their stuff past like 2004. Um, and yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. Or I think it's okay. um, uh, my favorite songs on it were Susie Chapstick, Living in the 20s, and like Father to a Son. Um, and yeah, I gave it like a light six overall. I do think there's very low points on it, but they also hit some good strides in there, which I can commend them for.
Yeah, I still
Uh,
need to listen to one, but I was happy to see on Album of the Year that it wasn't getting dogged on.
yeah, it's not dogged on too much. Yeah, it's at 59 right now, so it's just 1 point above what I gave it. um, But yeah. Then the next thing I listened to, another friend recommendation, was a album called "No Place Like Home" by Vacations. Don't know much about these guys. He advertised it to me as kind of like Backseat Lovers, and instrumentally a little bit I can see it. But vocally it was not on the same level for me. I was not a huge fan of the vocalist on this project. Um,
Yeah.
he just didn't really have any personality to him. It he was singing about like breakups and sadness and stuff. So like there was like passion put into the music, but it just I don't know. His voice was just very dull. It was a weird mix for me. But overall it was okay. It was just kind of in one ear and out the other for me. I gave it like a decent six. And then two more. Uh, Next thing was Glass Beach, Plastic Death. Kind of talked about this one already. So did Colin. I pretty much agree with everything he said. I would need to give it some more listens, so my score of it might go up. But yeah, I mean, it was the first album I listened to in 2024 that was in the green. So well, a new album. So it was good. Yeah, I definitely will check it out again. It's just the hour and 3 minutes. It's a little daunting sometimes to start an album that's
Oh yeah.
over an hour long. But yeah, I do remember liking Coelacanth a lot, and Comatose, and I think I remember liking Whale Fall a lot. Was it that one? Or
Yeah,
maybe
that
maybe it
was
was The Killer. It was one of those two. But yeah, there's some cool stuff on here. Definitely go check it out. And last thing, The Smile, Wall of Eyes. Just talked about it. Another mathy project, to be honest. It's thanks to their drummer, who every time I see looks like Jacksepticeye. Um, but yeah, I mean, I love this album. Definitely go check it out if you like Radiohead vibes. But even if you just want to check out something a little bit different, I think there's some cool stuff in here to experience. My favorites on here are Teleharmonic, Read the Room, Friend of a Friend, Bending Hectic, and You Know Me. And yeah, I have it at like a really strong 8 right now. So
cool.
cool.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to check out that one as well.
Yeah, yeah. I think this is another one that I think benefits from multiple listens. Because something that's kind of that I thought was interesting about it is like a lot of the times the first like minute or two of the song are kind of like them setting up this groove and you being like, okay, where are we going with this? And then once they show you where you're going with it, it's like, whoa. It's like kind of one of those albums that really pays off anticipation and stuff like that. Um,
Right.
but yeah, I think you would like it though.
Cool. All right.
Cool. Uh, well, is there any other news or anything that I missed? I only had the Ben Shapiro on Tom McDonald.
Um, Max was just telling me a little earlier about some beef between Megan the Stallion and Nicki Minaj.
Oh yeah, I was seeing something about that.
Yeah. Megan the Stallion put out a new song where she kind of called out Nicki Minaj a little bit, or a little, just dissed her, kind of,
Mm-hmm.
um, and said something about like um, Nicki's husband, who is a registered like sex offender,
Mm.
and and Nicki was not too happy about that.
Yeah.
Um, she got on like Instagram Live and was like, she sounded like she was out of her mind on drugs, maybe, but which is possible. But she was just like babbling, and she was like, your dead mother, your mother's dead.
Oh God.
I this is why you were shot in the foot. This is why you deserve to be shot in the foot. I deserve an apology. Um, she got her like oh, what was like it was like fragment foot or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
like bullet fragment foot or something like that, and just not the most mature showing by Nicki Minaj,
No.
the um woman in her 30s, 40s.
I mean,
Um,
she's got to be like late 30s at least. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
um,
41.
yeah. Ooh, yeah. Very immature.
Yes.
But, yeah. Max was telling me about that. I was like, oh, that's that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. You'd think that someone who's been in the game for that long would be able to take some heat, but guess not. Guess
Nope.
not.
And to add insult to injury on Nikki's case, I did see her also somewhat. I don't want to say promoting, but like she like tweeted positively about the Tom McDonald and Ben Shapiro thing.
Oh,
She said something like I don't know, something like saying like that Ben did a good job or something like
Nikki.
that. And the replies are like, "Is this what happens when a celebrity gets just like a little bit of backlash? They just turn into the conservative crowd or something."
Okay, yeah,
I don't know.
kinda.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
that's
was fun.
yeah. So good week to be Barb's, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, Oscar nominations. Speaking of Barb's,
Mm,
did I
yes,
talk about that last
yes.
week?
I don't think you.
No,
I
because
don't think so.
they came
Yeah,
out this week. They came out the other day, not
yeah.
like Tuesday, something like that. Um, pretty good across the board. You know, the usual suspects are there.
I
Oppenheimer,
thought that movie
Killers
came
of
out a while ago.
the um,
Uh, you still
Martin
there?
Scorsese's there.
Oh, okay.
Christopher Nolan's there. um, you know, the Iron Claw didn't get nominated. That wrestling movie with Zac Efron,
Mm-hmm.
and also Zac Efron didn't get nominated, which I was a little upset by.
Mm.
Because I think he deserves it. But you know, Ryan Gosling got nominated for Best Supporting Actor, which for Barbie, which was cool to see.
Yeah.
But Barbie herself, Margot Robbie, did not get nominated for Best Leading Actress, and Greta Gerwig didn't get nominated for Best Director.
Mm. Yeah. That that is a little. I mean, especially. I mean, not that Margot Robbie didn't do a good job, but like especially Greta Gerwig though, because I thought that was one of my favorite parts of the movie was the direction. Like
Yeah.
I thought everything looked so good in that movie.
Also, and like America Ferrera, the the mom character
Mm-hmm.
from them. got nominated for Best Supporting Actress, which was good too. But not nominating the lead or the director of the big, movie about growing up a woman,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, but nominating the incel character. Uh, um,
Who was? Wait, she was the
not
mama.
not really. No. Ken.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was like, wait, her mom was an
Nominating like this.
incel.
No,
What?
nominating like the stupid man, like
Gotcha.
the comedy
Yeah,
relief character.
yeah,
Um, not a great look. Um, don't know what they were thinking with that. Ryan Gosling even put out like a post, and he was like, I really don't support this. There would be no Ken without Barbie, and there'd be no Barbie without Greta Gerwig.
hmm,
So, not cool.
yeah.
And I'm not Ken got or
I'm not Ken.
I'm not I'm just Ken got nominated for best original song.
Yeah,
Um, and it won at the Critics' Choice Awards, I think, and Ryan was, or it was either the Critics' Choice Awards or the Golden Globes. And you might have seen Ryan Gosling's like reaction meme from
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Um, he was not happy about that because obviously, like, that's stupid. Great song, great fun song, but not deserving of that award
Right.
over songs, like "What Was I Made For" from the same fucking movie,
Mm-hmm.
um, which falls more in line with the theming of that movie.
For sure. Yeah.
But yeah, and if that wins at the Oscars, I don't know how people are gonna. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna like that very much.
Was
Uh,
sorry, you were just talking about the Golden Globes, right?
yeah.
Was What Was I Made For nominated for an Oscar?
Yes, it was.
Okay, okay.
It won the golden. It won whichever one. I'm just Ken. What didn't win. So yeah, it either won a gold. I think it won the Golden Globe. I think that's.
Oh, okay.
I
Gotcha.
think I'm just Ken won the Critics' Choice Awards, and What Was I Made For won the Golden Globe.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. I got you. Yeah,
Um,
hopefully, yeah, hopefully that Emmy goes to Billy.
yeah,
I mean that
yeah,
song worked so well for that movie.
it really did.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that was fun. Otherwise, good nominees. Across the Spider-Verse only got nominated for Best Animated Feature and not like Best Score or anything, which I highly
Yeah,
disagree with.
that's
I
a
think
crime.
the score in that movie is fantastic. Um,
Oppenheimer, did that get nominated for
yeah,
best?
yeah.
Okay, good. I mean, I love the Spider Verse one as well, but like the Oppenheimer score is definitely like the best I've heard in a long time.
Oh yeah, no, I got it on vinyl for a reason,
Oh, I forgot you
but
got that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's fantastic. Ludwig Göransson is a fucking mastermind.
Oh yeah, I've been preaching him for a little bit now, so it's good
Yeah.
seeing those fruits be bared.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. And I have high hopes for that one winning.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, and Oppenheimer got nominated for pretty much every award,
Yeah,
so
that
that
makes
makes
sense. Yeah.
yeah. I hope it wins for best sound as well because the sound in that movie is
Oh
fantastic.
yeah,
Um,
even the editing as well. I think it was.
yeah,
I'd still need to watch it again because sometimes the pacing of Nolan's movies is a little weird for me. But
mhm.
the editing in general though, like I'm thinking I can still picture. I watched the movie only once, and I can still picture so many of the shots that happen throughout there. Like
Yeah,
it's beautiful the way they did that.
it deserves that fucking. It deserves every Oscar it's nominated for just based off the fact of that gymnasium scene,
Oh
not
yeah,
just not just the fucking atomic bomb scene, but the gymnasium scene is one of my favorite scenes in a movie I've seen in so long. It
yeah,
is haunting. It's
chilling. Yeah,
so good. Killian's winning that Oscar, but
I hope so.
he better. He's won the Golden Globe and the Critics' Choice Award, so I don't see him not winning.
It's gonna do the
Uh,
sweep, the Killian
yeah,
sweep.
the Brendan Fraser sweep,
Yeah.
or I think Brendan Fraser won the Critics' Choice Award and the Oscar, but not the Golden Globe. I think Austin Butler won the Golden Globe. I'm not sure.
Mm.
Um, But yeah, yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
I also see Robert Downey Jr. winning the Best Supporting Actor.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I hope I don't know who Emily Blunt would be great to win the Best Supporting Actress.
I think
Or
Josh Peck should be there for actor.
yeah,
Yeah.
David or not David Quaid, Jack Quaid.
Yeah, yeah,
For the just those bongos.
yeah.
And,
They nominate him as Yui.
Yuri.
Yui.
Um, but
Complete side note. There's a like I follow a few like shit posting subreddits of like TV shows and stuff, and one keeps popping up for the boys that I check in on every now and then, and usually on those subreddits they'll always refer to one character as just like a stupid name, and for the boys, they do refer to Huey as just the letters U and E, just because Huey, which I do find, yeah. Complete side note, sorry, but
no, that's fine. You're good. Um, but yeah, hoping for an Oppie sweep, but
mm-hmm.
wouldn't. I still need to see Killers of the Flower Moon, but
Right.
the Holdovers also got best picture nomination,
Which one's that
which
again?
it's that one Christmas movie that I watched a couple weeks ago
Oh, right, right, right,
with
right.
Giamatti and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good. I was happy to see that got nominated. I was kind of surprised that it did, to be honest.
Mm.
But yeah, happy to see it there. Um, but yeah, that was cool. Oscar noms, love seeing those when they come out. But
Yep.
yep.
Cool. Yeah, I'm hoping for Oppie sweep as well. Although I do wish Spider Verse maybe got some more as well because I did like that one a lot too.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll win Best Animated Picture, but it's also going against
Better.
a Miyazaki movie, so
Mm.
it's possible that it doesn't. Um, which is fine. People love Studio Ghibli and Ghibli, however you fucking say it,
Yeah.
and Miyazaki. So
I should watch some of those.
yeah. The only one I've seen is Ponyo.
Mm.
So I know that like Howl's Moving Castle and Totoro and
Spirited Away gets talked about a lot too. Yeah.
there's also that one that like depicts the bombs dropping on Japan, which is like
Oh
apparently
yeah.
one of the fucking movies, Grave of the Fireflies or something
That's
like
it.
that.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
But yeah, I've meant to watch those movies for a long time, but I just have not yet.
Yeah. I'll
I'm
watch
kind of
them at
bad
some
at
point.
animated movies.
Me too.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah. Well, if we want, we can jump into Song of the Week here. We're actually right about an hour right now.
Yeah, we can
So,
do that. You're up first this week. Good.
Europe. Yeah. Yeah. As we were going through, our songs, I chose a Smile song last week because I was liking Friend of a Friend a lot.
Mhm.
Um, but as we were going through the albums, I realized I never chose anything from that Leve album, and one of the ones that I was really liking a lot, and that was just kind of sticking with me a lot, was called "Dear Soulmates." So I think I'm gonna go with that one. "Dear Soulmates" by Leve.
Are they brown like mine? Do you have a...
All right, that was "Dear Soulmate" by Miss Leve. What did you think of that, Colin?
Thought it was gorgeous. I love her voice. Nice little acoustic track. Um, just yeah, I'd love Leve's voice.
Yeah,
There's a reason she won as many Brokies as she did this year.
it's true. She did kind of do a Leve sweep. Yeah.
She did, and yeah, I'll definitely have to check out that album if it's that vibe. There's that your usual vibe because that's good shit. That's good shit. Very heartfelt, very sweet, very
Yeah.
smooth.
Yeah, to be completely honest, I think from what I remember, I think it was the only track that had this exact vibe to it, and I think that's partly why it stuck out to me. It's still a good album. I think you should check it out. But yeah, I don't something about this song. I really love. Probably because also I'm also a hopeless romantic and
Yeah.
also a songwriter. So just kind of like those two things in a song and Leve's voice, just count me in. It's just yeah,
Match made in heaven there.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I really love her vocals on that. The plucky guitar is really nice, and then the string swells in the chorus. Ooh, so good. That's just the shit I love. So,
Oh, yeah.
but yeah. What are you thinking for us this week, Colin?
Yeah, I really enjoyed that Glass Beach album. And the opener caught me right off the bat, so I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with Colacanth by Glass Beach. All right, that was Colacanth by Glass Beach. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I love that track. That's even though I've only listened to the whole album once, that's actually my third time hearing that song because I started the album once, put it on pause after the first track, and then forgot to get back to it. But I like that track every single time. That's one of my favorites on it as well. I really love how they play with the rhythm on that one. Uh, to just be nerdy for a second, it's like the same time signature trick that they do throughout the whole thing, but they change the groove on it throughout it, and it's so cool. Like that kind of shit. Just
Yeah,
is so awesome to me. But I really like the vocal performance on it. I like how the track progresses. I like how they just go through it. It's a really short sounding 6.5 minute song. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah. I think it's a great opener for that record. The like you're saying, I really like the vocal performance, the way that they play with the rhythms and shit. I was really hoping that I would get to this album before you did.
Sorry. Maybe you did. I don't know. When'd you listen to it?
Thursday, I believe.
Thursday. Uh I don't remember when I listened to it. My days are really weird this week.
Yeah, I feel like,
I may have listened to it first. Sorry to break it, but
yeah, that's okay. It's all right. Because after hearing that track, I was like, oh, Mike would dig this. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I was like, ooh, I can introduce him to a new album. Um, but it's okay. It's all
It's
right.
okay.
Glad you enjoyed it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it too.
Yeah.
Glad you
Yeah,
were thinking of me.
of course. I'm always thinking about you, man.
Oh,
Yeah. But yeah, I really like that track, really like that album. Highly recommend it to those of you who are listening right now. But
yeah.
yeah,
Cool. Well,
cool.
you got anything else to add on for this week?
Don't think so. Just gonna probably head to bed
Same
soon.
here. um, yeah. Tiredness is somewhat catching up, which is a good thing, honestly. Maybe not for the podcast, but for myself, it's a good thing that the tiredness is catching up. But yeah, I'll close us out here a little bit though. Um, if you're listening on audio services or streaming services, thank you very much. We love you, audio listeners, to death.
Yeah.
And you can come on over to YouTube where you can see our beautiful profile pictures of Gnome Child and Charlie.
Charlie. Yeah.
Charlie from It's Always Sunny, going mad over something. Go see that. You can
Only
also...
Ryan.
Sorry, what's that?
It was just going crazy over the fact and trying to connect the dots on how Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie did.
Yeah.
That wasn't the reason That wasn't the reason I had for it. I just needed a funny picture, and I remembered this one. But
there you go. You covered it up
sure.
well until you revealed your secrets. But yeah, come on over to see those. You can also see the creamer incident earlier in the episode. Got a little visual bit in there.
Sure.
But yeah, go check out. Come over here to check that out. We're over on YouTube on the same name, BrokeN Bois, capital NBOYS. And in the description, you can find links to our Song of the Week playlists, where that segment we just did. You can find the The song's Colacanth by Glass Beach and Dear Soulmate by Leve. In the respective playlists, we got one for myself, we got one for Colin, we got one for all of our stuff combined. Can go check out those. Go see all the variety we got in there. It's a very it's very various. Is what I was gonna say.
It was very varied.
A very varied variety. And yeah, I can go check out those. We also got links to our personal stuff. For me, I have I make music. I'm making music. Current tense, present tense. So if you want to catch up on some of my stuff, you can go check that out over on Spotify under the name Plaintive or Apple Music or anywhere you get your music.
Yeah,
can go check out those new stuff coming relatively soon. Working on it right now.
New stuff imminent.
New stuff imminent. Very true. Plaintive imminent. It sounds like a
Say
weird
that,
like
say that
vitamin.
5 times.
It sounds like a weird vitamin a doctor would give you. Plaintive imminent.
If you've taken plain of imminent, you might be what's the
At
subject?
risk? Oh, I have no idea. My brain's not working at that level right now.
That's all right.
Yeah, not to be confused with plaintive intimate. That's
Yeah,
that's something else. But,
that's your next record after the
yeah,
hour.
yeah.
It'll all
But
be ASMR whispering into the microphone
yeah,
with light saxophone in the background.
it's gonna be great. Definitely look forward to that one. But you gotta suffer through whatever I put out next. So first, but we got those. I think my Instagram page is down there, my YouTube page, my album of the year, my rate and review music. Been doing a lot of those recently, having fun with that. But yeah, I got those. Proximity. I'm right behind you, just yawning,
And Sleepy Boy.
Sleepy boy, sleepy insomniac boy, looking for a bed to lay in, you know. And yeah, and then there's we got Colin over there, Mr. Charlie Colin.
Hi.
He runs our socials. He runs our Twitter page where he updates when episodes are released. Go follow that, and he also runs our TikTok page where he puts some funny clips. Once again, wouldn't be too bad to familiarize yourself with some of those clips for maybe something coming up at some point. But yeah, he does that. But he also has an album of the year review page, where he rates and reviews music. He's got a letterbox where he rates and reviews movies. Anything new on there this week?
No, nothing new in the movie category. I will at some point I'll get on my movies again.
That's
Just
okay.
beginning of the semester, you know.
Yeah, you're in school mode. It makes sense.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And then he also has an Instagram review page where he rates and reviews albums all the time. And yeah, go check out all of those. Go follow all those. And what would you say your proximity is to our dear listener viewer?
Well, since you've been a little insomniac, I ended up going over good old insomnia cookies because I thought that'd be funny. And I figured you deserve a cookie with I bought one for the viewer too, but I figured you needed something sweet, something nice and warm. So I went and got you some cookies. And I'm standing in front of the listener with my box open, looking more at you.
You're looking like past them.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's open to them as well, but you definitely get first dibs.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah.
Yeah, and what's going to happen there is I'm going to see that box of cookies, and as you, dear viewer, are like, ooh, a cookie for me, I'm going to kind of put my arms underneath your arms from behind you and grab a cookie from waist level from behind you. And then Colin will, he'll get a little closer to to feed you a cookie, you
For
dear.
sure.
He'll feed you with his hands.
Hmm.
And as you,
While
what's
while
that?
Mike and I Lady in a Tramp a cookie.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we'll all be enjoying a cookie at the same time, but there's only two cookies. Um, and yeah, it might be a little messy, might be a little lip smacky, and maybe not just from the cookies, but um, they're gonna be some damn good cookies, and it's gonna be a pleasant experience for everyone.
Oh yeah.
And Colin, if they want to exchange in this thing that we like to call the love cage, um, the sweet edition, I guess, I don't know. Uh, how can they?
Sleepy edition.
Yeah,
Um,
how can they get into this?
well, they just gotta drop their little address in the comments below.
Yeah,
Um, and we'll find you. You don't know, you won't know when, you won't know where, but we'll find you, and we will fulfill that little love cage for you, buddy. It won't be the same as the one we described today.
yeah,
They're
cookies
all
not guaranteed.
no, no, no. Definitely not. That's expensive, especially if we have to pay for like a plane ticket
Yeah,
or like a train ticket or an Uber, any sort of transportation. Don't expect much. Just expect the love cage.
mm,
But we will expect you to you know give us compensation back for that because we are world famous and our love cages are
world
special.
renowned. Yeah,
Yes. So,
yeah,
um, yeah, cookies not guaranteed, but we will be asking for a tip.
yeah,
And yeah,
and don't make it weird.
don't.
Um, but
There will not be a no tip option either. So
yeah, it
twenty
starts at 20%. You can't. There's no custom. Um, um, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I think the two of us should get to bed. It's a little bit of a late pod. Midnight 30 right now. So
Oh yeah.
thank you for coming out, listening. And yeah, we will see you next week.
Yes, sir.
Bye bye.